Cathy. For this week's video blog, I wanted to talk about soccer and singing as self-care. Back in April, a couple of friends and I went to the Hay House I Can Do It Denver event, and one of the keynote speakers was Cheryl Richardson, and she told us a story about how she was watching one of those singing reality show competitions where people come on, amateur singers, and they compete for whoever's best. And so they're sharing their talents. And she was talking about how she was kind of hooked on the show and watching it every week and how she really enjoyed doing it. And that a little voice in her head was saying, oh, you could be out saving the world instead of watching the show. But she realized that it was healing for her to watch the show because people are sharing what they love. They love to sing. Some of them are really excellent singers. And it was healing to her to watch people share what they love. In April, back in January, I started getting into European football, which we call soccer in the United States. And I started with one team, and then I was watching one game a week, and then I was like, oh, I want to watch more football. So I started watching another team and another team, and so right now I'm following 3 teams, and I'm wearing my Roma shirt. Forza Roma! To illustrate this idea of how I've gotten really into European football in the last 9 months. And around April, when I was really starting to watch a lot of it on the weekends, I had that little voice saying, oh, I could be doing this, I could be doing that. And I was questioning, is watching soccer a good use of my time? But I really enjoyed doing it. And hearing Cheryl talking about how it's healing for her to listen and watch these singing shows, I said, oh yeah, it is healing for me to watch football. It's relaxing. I get into the game. They have such a level of fitness and skill that once you start really watching it, some of it is almost acrobatic, almost gymnastic. Some of their moves are really impressive. And from watching, it's gotten me to be a little more regular with my own fitness regimen because I'll be, sitting watching a game or two on a Saturday, and then Saturday evening when I'm like, oh, I'm getting kind of tired. Do I want to skip my workout? I'm like, no, I just watch these guys run around for 90 minutes. At least I can do 45 minutes, So it gets me to do my own workouts. It's gotten me back I restarted the plank challenge that I did earlier this year, partially because I was inspired by some of these footy dudes, and it's just, I enjoy watching it, and it's helping motivate me in my own fitness goals, besides being a relaxing activity, although sometimes when my player doesn't start, I get a little irritated, so it causes a little stress too. But overall, I'm really, really enjoying it, as you can tell from my t-shirt. And I'm hoping to go visit Rome again, at least in December, possibly also in the spring, to go to a couple of actual footy games so I can wear my shirt and get a couple more shirts at the official Roma store in Roma. And the point of sharing this is just to remind you that when you're doing an activity, you can tell yourself whether it's healing or hurting you by how you feel when you're watching it. When I watch footy, I feel inspired and excited and motivated, and I like watching them run around. And whether or not I use that energy after the game, like maybe I'll do a painting, maybe I'll read a book, maybe I'll take a nap. It doesn't matter what I do with that energy, but it lifts me up. It brings me up. If you're doing something like watching reruns of a show from the 70s or something, like I don't know what other things might not lift you up. You might be doing it as a comforting or soothing habit, and it dulls you. It either keeps you flat or even brings you down a little bit. That energy, maybe you could find a more productive use of your time. But when you're doing something that you love and it's bringing you good emotions, then keep doing it. And if your friends do an intervention and say, Cathy, maybe you should cut down some of your footy watching, then I might need to get some new friends. We'll see about that. But for the most part, I think doing what you love raises your energy and brings you healing and magnetizes you to other good things coming around in your life. So when I was questioning my footy habits, it was really helpful for Cheryl Richardson to remind me that yes, if it's something you really enjoy and it brings you good energy, then keep doing it. There's no reason not to do it. So I have been watching more and more minutes of footy every week. Actually, I watched 2 games. We're recording this on a Sunday. I watched 2 games yesterday. I'm going to watch another game later today. Then there's a couple Wednesday games coming up because of the Champions League, so I'm excited to watch extra footy this week. And it is a lot of minutes, but I enjoy it. And the other stuff that wasn't the time that I used to have free, I don't even remember what I used that time for. But obviously, I'm not missing out on stuff. I'm still getting some stuff done. So I think things will kind of bend themselves around your favorite activities. So keep doing them. And think about maybe if you are spending a lot of time on something and you say, oh, wait, let's see. Then just notice the next time you're doing it if you enjoy it. Maybe watching I Love Lucy reruns is really joyful for you, and that's great. Then keep watching them. Maybe watching Gilligan's Island is something you did when you were sick at home from school, and it's a comforting activity, and maybe you don't need to watch Gilligan's Island anymore. But just to notice what you're doing and notice your energy. And otherwise, you don't need to rationalize it. You don't need to say, oh, well, I'm doing more fitness because I'm watching footy. Like, that's arbitrary. That's like the cherry on top, that I'm getting a little bit more fitness activity done because they're inspiring me. But just the fact that I enjoy it, that's enough. That's enough. So I'm going to get a couple more things done and then go watch my footy game. So I hope you're doing something you love today. And thanks for watching. Bye.